What if I told you a prison could become the farm that feeds a nation? What if inmates became the heroes of a food revolution? And what if this radical transformation came from a 36-year-old soldier defying every Western expectation? This is not a fantasy. This is Burkina Faso. And once again, Captain Ibrahim Traoré has shocked Africa and the world with a bold new vision, turning prisoners into farmers and transforming captivity into productivity. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might just change everything you thought you knew about African leadership, prison reform, and the future of food in our continent. This is the story they don't want you to hear. In the heart of West Africa, Burkina Faso is rewriting the rules of governance, development, and justice. A country long labeled as impoverished, unstable, or dependent is now flipping the script under a leader who refuses to bow to colonial pressure or foreign manipulation. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the revolutionary soldier turned head of state, isn't playing politics. He's building a new system from the ground up. While Western countries debate prison overcrowding and repeat cycles of crime, Traoré has introduced a radical but ancient African idea. Why should able-bodied men waste away behind bars when the nation needs to be fed? In 2025, Burkina Faso launched a groundbreaking initiative: transform prisons into farms, turn inmates into agricultural producers, and rebuild the nation's food system from within. And guess what? It's working. Across Burkina Faso, thousands of prisoners, many of them serving short to mid-term sentences for petty crimes, are now tilling land, planting crops, and harvesting food. Gone are the empty days of idle confinement. Inmates now wake up at dawn not to waste away, but to cultivate maize, millet, yams, vegetables, even raise livestock. This is not forced labor. This is rehabilitation with dignity. Under Traoré's policy, prisoners are trained in agricultural skills, paid a modest wage for their labor, given food, education, and healthcare, and guaranteed land or startup support after release. It's a revolution in justice and development. Not only does this reduce the burden on the state, it solves two major national challenges in one bold stroke: prison overcrowding, food insecurity. Traoré's vision is simple. If the land is there and the people are willing, why not plant the seeds of sovereignty? Literally. Burkina Faso imports a shocking percentage of its food, especially rice, flour, and cooking oil, despite having rich soil and capable people. This is not unique. Across Africa, nearly $35 billion is spent every year on food imports, from countries that once plundered our lands and enslaved our people. But now Traoré is saying what few have dared say before: Africa does not need foreign food. Africa needs its land back and its dignity. With this prison-to-farm program, Burkina Faso is beginning to reduce food imports, feed its soldiers and civilians from domestic crops, create a buffer stock of food for emergencies, train a future generation of farmers. Even from within the prison system, it's a radical rejection of dependency. It's not just food security, it's food sovereignty. And that, my people, is how real freedom tastes. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not alone. All across Africa, we are seeing the rise of bold, young, fearless leaders who are breaking with tradition and challenging the world order. In Mali, Assimi Goïta is nationalizing gold. In Senegal, Diomaye Faye is auditing every corrupt deal. In Gabon, the Bongo dynasty is no more. In Ghana, youth are demanding control of natural resources. And now in Burkina Faso, even the prisoners are becoming revolutionaries. Not through protest, but through planting seeds. This is the new wave of Pan-African leadership. It's not just about speaking French or English. It's about speaking the language of dignity, justice, and African self-reliance. Traoré's farming initiative has already caught the attention of neighboring countries, with delegations from Guinea, Togo, and Niger visiting the model sites to learn and replicate. What began in a prison yard may soon become a movement across the entire continent. Now ask yourself, why isn't CNN covering this? Why hasn't the BBC shown these fields blooming under the sun of African dignity? Why does Reuters say nothing about Burkina Faso's food revolution? Because this story doesn't fit the narrative. Because this story shows that Africa can rise without aid, that we can feed ourselves, that we can rehabilitate our own people, that we can reject neocolonial charity and build real prosperity. The prison farms of Burkina Faso represent something dangerous to the old world order, a self-sufficient Africa, a proud and productive Africa, an Africa no longer begging at the table, but growing its own harvest. And that, brothers and sisters, is the most powerful revolution of all. Across Burkina Faso, the reaction has been incredible. Many of the prisoners now say they feel hope for the first time in years. They are learning skills, gaining confidence, earning respect. In communities around the farms, locals are supporting the initiative, buying from the new prison co-ops, volunteering to train inmates, even preparing land for when they are released. Families once ashamed to speak of their incarcerated sons are now seeing them as part of a national transformation. This is more than reform. This is redemption. This is healing. This is African innovation in its purest form. Africa does not lack resources. Africa lacks justice. And justice in the hands of wise leadership is not just punishment. It is transformation. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is showing us what is possible when we combine vision, courage, and love for the people. He's not perfect. No leader is. But in a world where too many presidents eat while their people starve, Traoré is planting food, planting hope, and even planting change in the most unlikely places, inside the prison walls. If he can do that, what are we waiting for? Final words. If this inspired you, don't just scroll, share it. Comment food is freedom, reflect. And most of all, believe that Africa can and will rise again. This is the voice of the people, and this is the revolution of the soil. Subscribe, because next time, we're digging even deeper. Africa is not just watching history. Africa is making it. Welcome to African Spotlight 24, your premier source for news and current affairs from across the continent. We're glad you're here. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and turn on notification to stay up to date with the latest news and analysis. Your support helps us reach more people. Disclaimer: the content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information and is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. African Spotlight 24 does not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our goal is to deliver thoughtful insights, highlight local voices, and encourage informed conversations throughout Africa.
Ibrahim Traoré is at it again, stirring up excitement across Africa with yet another exciting project. This time, he's pulling an ace up his sleeve, one that many hadn't seen coming. But as always, let's unravel this one step at a time so you can see just how incredible this is. If you haven't heard enough about Captain Ibrahim Traoré, you may be living under a rock. This man is like a superhero of Africa, taking giant strides to lift our continent to new heights. We did a video recently on why Africa should look up to him, and it blew up. Clearly, you guys agree. Now, here's something else that'll blow your mind. He's shaking things up again by turning prisoners into farmers. It's not what you think. Stick around and you'll see how this amazing initiative is changing lives and making a real difference. Now, let's dive into what's cooking in Burkina Faso. The small West African country is on the path to becoming a major player in agriculture, thanks to a major farming project spearheaded by none other than Ibrahim Traoré himself. The idea? To transform prisons into agricultural hubs. That's right. Prisons that were once notorious for holding inmates are now bustling with activity as inmates roll up their sleeves and get down to business. They're planting rice, vegetables, and even cotton. And guess what? It's working. Here's the juicy part. The produce doesn't stay in the prison walls. It goes straight to local markets, feeding communities and generating income for the state. Talk about a win-win situation. Now, here's the real game changer. These former inmates aren't just getting a free meal. They're learning valuable skills that will help them turn their lives around. Once they're released, they're equipped with the knowledge and experience to make something of themselves. And let's not forget the ripple effect. By providing these inmates with a purpose and a skill, they're also reducing recidivism rates. Fewer prisoners reoffending means safer streets for everyone. But wait, there's more. This initiative is also promoting sustainable agriculture practices. By adopting eco-friendly methods, inmates are helping preserve the environment for future generations. This isn't just a pipe dream. It's happening right now. So sit tight and get ready to be inspired. Why is Ibrahim Traoré doing this? Well, his vision is as big as Africa itself. He wants to see every nation stand tall, no longer reliant on foreign aid or assistance. Tractor believes that investing in agriculture and empowering local farmers is the key to ending poverty and achieving self-sufficiency. He knows that when people have access to good food, they can lead healthier and more productive lives. And he's not stopping at just feeding the people. Traoré wants to create opportunities for all Africans to thrive. He envisions a day when the youth are no longer stuck in cities chasing non-existent jobs, but rather return to the land to become the next generation of farmers. This is a call to action, a challenge to all African leaders to invest in agriculture, empower their citizens, and build a brighter future for the continent. Now let's take a closer look at the impact this initiative is having on the ground. Meet Alassane Traoré, a former inmate who was once lost in the darkness of prison life. But thanks to the innovative farming program, he found a new lease on life. Now known as the pride of the prison, Alassane is using his newfound skills to make something of himself. After all, learning while incarcerated is rarely emphasized. His story is a testament to the power of second chances and the importance of investing in rehabilitation. But Alassane's journey is not an isolated case. It's happening all over Burkina Faso. Inmates across the country are embracing the opportunity to learn new skills and turn their lives around. Imagine spending years behind bars without hope for a better future. You wake up every morning knowing that your past mistakes have confined you to a life of confinement. Days turn into weeks, months into years, and you start to lose hope for anything beyond the cold, hard walls that have become your new home. The outside world seems like a distant memory, filled with dreams and possibilities that are no longer yours. Then something changes. A glimmer of hope appears on the horizon, transforming your bleak existence into something more promising. Enter the transformative world of agriculture, where tractors and inmates come together in an unlikely partnership. Tractor's innovative approach to prison reform introduces a unique opportunity for inmates to learn valuable farming skills, offering them a chance at redemption and a pathway to a brighter future. Imagine learning how to plant crops, care for livestock, and operate farm machinery. As you gain these skills, a sense of purpose starts to fill you. You find yourself caring for the plants you nurture, watching them grow and flourish under your touch. The routine and responsibilities of farm life provide you with a much-needed structure and a sense of accomplishment. The satisfaction you derive from seeing the fruits of your labor fills you with a sense of pride and accomplishment. As time passes, you find yourself not only mastering agricultural techniques, but also developing a deep connection with nature. You learn to appreciate the beauty of the land and the importance of sustainable farming practices. Your hands, once idle and restless, now calloused and strong from working the soil, become a source of strength and identity. But the benefits extend beyond the physical. As you immerse yourself in the world of agriculture, you also discover a sense of community. Working alongside fellow inmates and sharing the challenges and triumphs of farm life creates bonds that transcend the barriers of your confinement. You find solace in the camaraderie and support of those who understand your journey. As you continue to grow and learn on the farm, your perspective on life shifts. You realize that agriculture is not just a means of sustenance, but a way of life. You discover a passion for the land and a desire to contribute to feeding your community. One day, the gates of the prison open and you step out into the world, no longer just an ex-inmate, but a skilled and confident farmer ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. With the knowledge and experience gained on the farm, you are equipped to make a positive impact on your community. You start your own farm, providing fresh produce to local markets and contributing to the economic well-being of your region. You become a role model, demonstrating that it is possible to transform one's life and break the cycle of recidivism through education and vocational training. Your journey from inmate to successful farmer becomes an inspiration to others, showing that even in the darkest of times, hope and redemption can be found. You use your platform to advocate for prison reform and the importance of investing in agriculture as a means of empowering individuals and transforming communities. With each passing day, you feel a sense of fulfillment and pride knowing that you have not only changed your own life, but also made a positive impact on the world around you. The once bleak and hopeless existence has been replaced by a future filled with promise and potential. You look back at the prison walls that once confined you and feel a sense of gratitude for the challenges you faced because they shaped you into the strong, resilient, and compassionate farmer you are today. The sun rises over the horizon, casting its warm glow on the fields of Burkina Faso, where tractors and inmates work in harmony. Together, they are cultivating not just crops, but also hope, redemption, and a brighter future for themselves and their communities. The land, once barren and lifeless, now teems with activity as hands, once idle, now find purpose in nurturing life. The seeds of change are sown, watered by determination and fertilized by the sweat of their brows. In the tapestry of Burkina Faso's agricultural landscape, the story of tractors and inmates is woven with threads of resilience, innovation, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. Their journey serves as a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, hope can blossom and a commitment to excellence can bear sweet fruit. As the harvest season approaches, the fields stand as a testament to their unwavering dedication, promising not just sustenance, but also a glimpse of a better tomorrow. With each passing day, the inmates find solace and purpose in their work, knowing that they are cultivating more than just crops. They are cultivating a future filled with possibilities. The rhythmic hum of activity fills the air as inmates don their gardening gloves and gather their tools. They tend to the soil with care, understanding that each seed they plant holds the potential for growth and nourishment. The once barren land beneath their feet transforms into a canvas of green, a vibrant testament to their labor. Rows upon rows of crops stretch as far as the eye can see, symbolizing the boundless potential that lies within them. The inmates become stewards of the earth, nurturing and protecting their crops from the scorching sun and the occasional harsh weather. They learn to read the language of the land, adapting their techniques to ensure the health and prosperity of their crops. As the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, the fields flourish under their watchful care. The inmates find a sense of satisfaction and pride in their work, knowing that they are contributing to the well-being of their community. The rhythm of farm life becomes their solace, a comforting routine that replaces the monotony of their confinement. They work side by side, sharing stories and laughter, forging bonds that transcend their circumstances. The camaraderie that develops among them becomes a source of strength, reminding them that they are not alone on their journey towards redemption. And then comes the day when the fruits of their labor begin to appear. The first ripe tomatoes, the lush greens of the lettuce, the vibrant hues of the carrots and onions. Each harvest brings with it a wave of euphoria, a celebration of their resilience and determination. They gather around their bounty, marveling at the transformation they have wrought. The once distant dream of a life beyond the prison walls seems within reach. With each harvest, their spirits soar, carrying them closer to the light of hope and a brighter future. Now let's shift the spotlight to another remarkable project initiated by this visionary leader. Want to know how Ibrahim Traoré is championing climate action in Africa? You've made it this far, so don't miss out on seeing our video on how Ibrahim Traoré is tackling the climate crisis head-on.